All right, welcome to Fast Eddie's Records. I'm your host, Fast Eddie. I just wanted to give an intro to my channel. This channel is going to be a journey through music and curiosity and vinyl collecting through one song. The song is On the Sunny Side of the Street, as you hear right now. This is Ella Fitzgerald and Count Basie. But this song is a beautiful song. It was written in the 30s, and as a musician, it captured me in a very deep way. And I've been collecting this record now, just not for very long, just maybe even for a month or two. And it's the lyrics. We'll get into it. This song more and more in depthly as the months go on, and as I post more and more videos. But this whole channel it'll track my journey through jazz, through music, deepening my experience with music through this one song. And the great thing about this song is it was written in the 30s, and it's such a powerful song, it's such a great song that it's been recorded and covered and tracked hundreds, thousands of times, and it's such a beautiful template by which so many various different kinds of artists have put their stamp on in such different ways. And there are recordings as late as just 2007, 2018, there are people still recording this song. It's that powerful of a tune. And it's what I like about it. It's also, it's written in the it's a depression song, and it was written about a time that maybe it was really, really dark for people, and it was a way for them to, in their mind, or no matter what is going on, they can choose to walk on the sunny side of the street. And it's and in the end, people did, they did come out the other side. And this song has lived on because I think in every single generation, people feel struggle. And I think in every single day we feel struggle. And I think that's what this song really captured me. It's like I've always strived to be a very positive guy just in my life, and I love music so much, and lyrics are very powerful to me, and lyrics like this, just thinking about them every single day reminds me to be very gracious in my life, and reminds me to be thankful for what I have and to just choose to walk on the sunny side of the street. And the great thing, like I said, the great thing about this tune is it's been tracked by so many people. And I've learned so much about music in such a short time, and I just wanted to share that. The great thing about this song is that it spans not just it spans genres, so it spans time, it spans types of musicians that played it, and it spans genre of songs. So each generation, each type of musician has done something different. There's also postmodern versions of it that are really beautiful, so people that are doing throwback versions. But what the song has done overall for me is that it's helped me learn about characters that I just didn't know had such a deep history in music that I just missed over. I love music, I love collecting music, I love playing music, I love talking about music with my friends, and of course, I luckily I came into a really nice turntable, and I was like, I'm going to take advantage. And I came across this song in a very organic way, traveling to New Orleans, and that's really a very famous version of the song On the Sunny Side of the Street by James Booker that I haven't tracked down yet. And again, this is a journey that I'm taking that's not, it's passion only. I'm not looking to gain anything from this channel other than just it being informational and me, sharing something with the world. I love music. I've always enjoyed talking about music and sharing it and learning about new. And hopefully this channel is a conduit for people to send me new, versions of this song, or send me more information about the artists that we're talking about. So, it's going to be really, really fun. It's a beautiful tune. And it's so varied. We're gonna go over records by guys like, here's this guy Murray Laws. He actually, it's got Tommy Dorsey on the front, who's a famous arranger and player himself. And his arrangement, Tommy Dorsey's arrangement, was so popular that guys like Murray Laws would just put his name on the put his picture on the front and do versions of his arrangements. We got guys like Don Byas here. I mean, this song pops up in so many cool places. Guys like Don Byas, saxophone player. Beautiful version of this song. Earl Hines. So it's a piano tune. That's the other thing. It's got some really cool history. It's credited. So see here, it's credited to. It's I've looked at this many times, but let's make sure here. It's credited to Fields and Hughes. But the story goes that Fats Waller actually wrote the song and sold the rights, which probably happened a lot back then. So, and it sounds like a Fats Waller's tune, but I've yet to see a recording of his other than him doing a live recording with Billie Holiday. So the other part of this will be, my exploration of record stores and all the cool things. I'm here. I live in Chicago, so I get to there's been a boom in record stores, and that's really awesome to see. And the great thing about this record is you can find it in dollar bins, you can find it in backyard garage sales. It pops up in all different kinds of places. So on this channel, I'm gonna I'm gonna chronicle all the different versions I find of it. Here's a Lester Young version. Here is Tommy Dorsey, as we talked about before. Here is Keely Smith. So a lot of crooners, songwriters. Harry James, I learned a lot about, who I didn't know a lot about before. This is amazing version. Erroll Garner. All the great piano players played this song many times. That's another thing that's really cool about it. All the great piano players have a great version. Erroll Garner, Oscar Peterson. The list goes on and on. So here's Earl Hines. We're going to go over each record. The great thing about albums and collecting vinyl is they all tell a story. They all have a story, and a lot of the players interconnect over time. So we're going to try to connect some dots and see how, what we learned. I've already learned so much, and that's why I'm sharing this. Here's Wild Bill Davis and Johnny Hodges. Another great. Johnny Hodges is an unbelievable player. So we're going to talk about all these players. Here's Art Tatum and Earl Garner and a guy named Mike Napoli. So the other thing, of course, we'll go over the song on each version, but I'll go over the record just in general. We'll talk about the stories, the songs, the things that I learned from each record. So it's going to be a chronicle of a lot of music. Bobby Short, I learned about Bobby Short and the Carlisle Hotel and the history of that. And this record's really, really cool. And I didn't know anything about the Carlisle Hotel in New York, and now I do. And there's a documentary just coming out about it right now. So just, again, I found this at a Goodwill, 50 cents or $1. I think, I forget, everyone was $1.50. He maybe charged me for $2 for the Bobby Short version. I didn't know Bobby Short. So great, unbelievable version. It was written in the 30s. So this is a vaudeville, like Stars of Broadway. It was also appeared in more than one Broadway musical. It was that popular of a song. So here's a Broadway version of it. Before I showed you, here's Keely Smith. What a beautiful voice. I didn't know about Keely Smith. Man, she's got some pipes. Here's a toast to Tommy Dorsey. And see again, Tommy and Dorsey, they were so popular, they did multiple versions of this song. Another Tommy Dorsey. Lester Young. Oh my God, what I learned about Lester Young. His playing, and there you go. The style difference between Tommy Dorsey's version and Lester's Young is a massive chasm, and there's a lot to learn in that chasm. So that's what I'm going to try to get across in this channel, is chronicling this song in such a beautiful way. Tony Bennett has a beautiful version of this song. This is going to be a culmination of a lot of stories, and how I come to is this Harry Connick version of the song. He's the one that actually keyed me to the song a while back, and it's again through a guy named James Booker. Traveling through New Orleans, I was doing a lot of research, and on his very first record, which I just found a couple days ago, he plays the song. It's unbelievable, and he dedicates it to James Booker. So we're going to go over that one for sure. Harry James. I didn't know much about Harry James. We just talked about Harry James. This version right here, Jimmy Smith. When we get to this one, it's going to be an unbelievable episode. I mean, who doesn't love? I as a music player and stuff, I'm aware of a lot of key characters But again, there's so many that fall through the cracks. I mean, music is an ocean, so how much could you really know? And I spent a lot of time playing a lot of funk, soul, R&B, metal. I mean, all kinds of other genres, and going really, really deep in those genres, even really, really deep in jazz. And but it's like I said, it's an ocean. There's an ocean of artists, and that's what I'm learning. Is like there's so many players and so many stories that I want to learn, that I want to know about, and I'm gonna try to get those across here. This, like I said, this Jimmy Smith is an unbelievable. Here's this version right here, this Lester Young. The other Lester Young I have is totally different. Again, see, it was recorded live a bunch of times too, so you'll see different players, different times, different eras do it, different versions of it. But this one, Oscar Peterson. I learned about Oscar Peterson through this song. I mean, when we get to that part, I mean, Jesus, can you imagine like just finding out about Oscar Peterson when you're 40 years old? I think I'd heard that name, and I knew the Oscar Peterson trio. I knew Ray Brown. I knew the bass player. I just didn't know though, you know. And now I'm really starting to understand who these guys were and what they really did, and how far they really took it. Louis Armstrong has one of the most famous versions of it, of course, and has a beautiful live version that I picked up. Here's a Giants of Piano. I haven't heard this one yet. Some of these I haven't even listened to yet. I just have found them. It's Art Tatum and Errol Garner, and their styles are so different, but they're just unbelievable renditions, both of them. Dizzy Gillespie has an unbelievable version. I mean, these are just, I mean, you can see how vast this is, and how clearly important this song was to people. If all these people, all these greats actually recorded it. Duke Ellington recorded this song. The version I just played, Ella and Basie, how they come together, the story of this. I'll probably do this one in the next video, just because I just played it. The story of how Ella and Basie came together is an amazing story, and I can't wait to tell it. Here, Broadway version of the song. This guy, John W. Bubbles, and some of them are lyrical, some of them all instrumental. Here's a Tommy Dorsey Years, and this again is another version of this song, doing a live video. And again, so this whole channel is dedicated to what I've learned about music and the history of music, and the stories of these characters, the stories of these, how they all go together, and basically a sort of a mark of time and music in kind of a cool way. Like I know other people have collected one song over a long period of time, but this one really captured me. So I'm really proud to put this stuff out here. And like I said, if you have any new information about this song, or cool stories, or if you know about cool live versions, or if something you want me to have or take a look at, please send it. This channel is going to be for the music lover, the vinyl lover, and maybe someone that's just interested in a different way to look at music and curiosity. So I hope you check in week to week. We're gonna, like I said, I'm gonna tell a story of each one of these records. I went through about probably 25 or 30 at this point, so I'll have a lot to do. It's like I said, this is a passion project. I'm just gonna do this for fun, and I really, really appreciate anyone that checks in. So I'm excited.